A couple videos ago I showed you guys how to make one loaf of Belizean Creole bread in the toaster oven. Now today I want to show you guys how to make one loaf of Belizean Creole bun in the toaster oven. But I'll be doing two versions, a white sugar one and a brown sugar version. Welcome to the Bear Pantry Show. If you're looking for authentic Belizean recipes, then you're in the right place. My name is Barbara and this is Cooking Made Simple. Let me start by activating the yeast. So I have some warm water from the faucet. The water is hot to the touch but not scalding, okay? So to this I've added some active dry yeast and some sugar. I'm going to set that aside while I take care of my dry ingredients. So here's the all-purpose flour. And then baking powder. Alright, let me go ahead and dump this in. Get it all out. Some cinnamon. And now the butter. So the butter is room temperature but not melted, okay? Now I've heated up some coconut milk. And we're going to begin. Don't forget that I have the ingredients listed in the description below. So let me go ahead and add my yeast mixture and the extract. And I have the brown sugar on the table covered up, so let me go ahead and grab that. If you're going to measure brown sugar out earlier when you're doing a recipe, cover it up, okay, because it's going to get lumpy. So all I have to do is mix this in, put the rest of the milk. And yes, you can use evaporated milk if that's all you have, but the coconut milk does make this bread taste better, okay? So just let me get it worked in. And it feels a bit dry, so I'll get some more water and just add it a little bit at a time. Okay, so it's forming into a nice dough ball. Let me get it out of this bowl. Put it on my countertop. Get my hands washed and dried off. And then a little bit of all-purpose flour to the counter. And then just knead. And I'm going to knead for so long as it takes to get smooth and not sticky. So this is going to give us one loaf of the Belizean Creole bun, okay? The brown sugar version. Let me form my dough ball. Stick it back into the bowl that I kneaded it up in. Cover it up with something pretty. Oh, look, it says Belize. My mom brought this back for me years ago. So let me show you what I did with the white sugar version of the bun, okay? So I measured out the same amount of flour and the same amount of sugar except that it's white. And then to this I added the rest of my dry ingredients, the baking powder and the cinnamon. And now I'm adding in the softened butter, making a well to receive the extract and the yeast mixture. And then the only thing left will be the coconut milk that's heated. So it's basically the same thing. The only thing that I changed was the sugar, okay? This one has white sugar, and the version that I just kneaded up has brown sugar. We're going to be doing a test to see which one is better. So now let's get back to my brown sugar version. And I'm staggering how I do these, okay? I'm not doing them at the same time. I did the white sugar version first, and that's going to bake first, because I can't fit both of them in the toaster oven at the same time. So let me flatten this out, put some flour, grab my rolling pin, and I'm just going to roll this out into a rectangle because I want to put this in a loaf pan, alright? Okay. I move it around like this to get it flatter and to make sure it's not sticking. So now we're ready to roll. And we want to go ahead and roll it like a towel, but wait, I have to remember that I have to tuck. So tuck it in tight. And then just pinch the seams shut. Tuck the ends under. And then I'm going to place this seam side down in a greased loaf pan. And I use some spray, okay? Some cooking spray. Here we go. Cover this back up with the same cloth. So while that's rising, let's take a look at the white sugar version. I had the timer set for 30 minutes, so I'm going to give it 10 more minutes. Now let's go back to the brown sugar version of the bread. Go ahead and stick this in. I'm going to set it for 40 minutes because I know that's how long I'll need. And I have it set on 350 degrees Fahrenheit, but if I were using my oven and not the toaster oven, I would bake this at 325, okay? But the toaster oven bakes with a little less heat. And I did notice that when I baked the first loaf, when I turn it around like this, it made it have a more even bake. So let me go ahead and remove this and put this on the wire cooling rack. I'll be back in 5 minutes to dump this out. Okay, here we go. Dump it out. Tap the bottom to see if it's hollow. If it is, then it's done. And I did the same thing for the white sugar version, okay? This is a little bit of sugar and water. You can put honey and water and just brush the sweetness onto the top and all over the bread, all right? So let me cut this one. Ooh, look at that. It is smelling so good in here. Let me go ahead and place this on my other cutting board that I have waiting for me with the other loaf, okay? Here we go. So one is the white sugar version and one is the brown sugar version. The white is on your left, the brown is on your right. And I will see you guys tomorrow to finish up the show. Here are the buns, guys. I always make my Creole bun with white sugar, but most Belizeans will make theirs with brown sugar. And so that's why I wanted to show you both recipes, all right? So they both smell fantastic, and I'm going to taste from each to see if one's sweeter than the other one. So let's taste. This is the one with white sugar. No, I was doing the show yesterday, and it got dark, so I quit. And I'm finishing it the next day. White sugar one is good. Let's taste the brown sugar one. Brown sugar one does look prettier though, no lie. I don't think anyone is sweeter than the other one. Go back to the white one. I don't know. It's ever so slight, and if one is sweeter than the other one, I would say the white sugar one is. But it's like not even noticeable, guys. So in no time at all, you can have a loaf of bread in your toaster oven. If you're in the college dorms, you don't have a stove, an oven, all that stuff. You got a toaster oven, you can make a loaf of bread. Just saying, all right? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up the video, like, share, all that good stuff. Well, thumbs up is like, right? Follow. If you're at Facebook, follow. If you're at YouTube, subscribe. Y'all already know. I really